Hi everyone, it's Rachel Lynn here, your host of CMAPODCAST. Today we have our special guest, Muse, designer of Temporary Forever. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So how was the drive? I know it was a little bit of ways.
No, it's not bad. Not too far.
Not too far?
Okay. Yeah, a few minutes.
Awesome. And are you originally from this area, or?
I was originally born in Brooklyn, New York, but I moved up here a long time ago. I've been up here for quite some time.
Wonderful. What part of Brooklyn?
I was born in Crown Heights.
Crown Heights.
Yeah.
Repping Crown Heights.
Yeah, it's hometown.
Awesome. Now, I do hear that you are the designer and the creator of Temporary Forever.
Yes.
How did you inspire and create the design of the name?
The name actually came from the loss of my dad. I was really close with my pops, and when he passed away, I had a lot of great memories. I mean, it was amazing. But it's something that I would never forget. So I started playing with those words and was going through some times and I needed an outlet. So I just came up with Temporary Forever. It's like, you know, something can last for that much long, but
of course,
you could always remember it forever. So that's what I just ran with.
Do you want to try to take that internationally? Have you been doing runway shows out here?
Yes, I've participated in about maybe like 5 or 6 fashion shows to get my brand out. There's a young lady that runs a Marvelous Life Entertainment, and she does local fashion shows. I've done some in New York City.
Nice.
And I've also collabed with LYNN at Couture Modeling, and we've done some photo shoots, and he's shown me some things. So, yeah, it's fun. I love the fashion shows. There's actually one coming up December 9th. We have the all-men's fashion show at Siboney's Cafe.
Nice.
Sponsored by Marvelous Life Entertainment. So.
Well, we'll definitely be able to hopefully make that.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I would love to see some of your designs up
should
close.
Be all right.
Awesome. So now, are you looking to branch out, possibly like work with other designers as well?
Yeah, in the process of, you know, learning the game and actually trying to get it out there, I try and collab with anybody that's actually really serious about the program.
Of course.
You know, really serious about their brand, really serious about getting it out there. Because networking is, you know, that's half the game. If they know who you are,
of course,
then you can, you know, get to the next level and meet more people and just keep going. So, yeah, I love collabing with people because everybody has a different vision. So I like to see what other urban brands is, you know, what their angle is, who they're trying to market to, stuff like that. It's learning every day.
That's wonderful. And who have you worked with so far?
A lot of local artists.
Okay.
I do a lot with denim canvases and stuff. So
nice. Denim is in season, so.
Yeah, I love denim, especially living up here in the, you know, the country area.
Of course.
Everybody wears a lot of denim up this way, so a lot of local artists though. I definitely collab with them on ideas, photo shoots, videos, commercials, things like that. I've done a lot of stuff with some music artists too. Yeah, styling them for videos and things like that with my brand. So trying to get it out there.
Of course. Definitely a way to get it out there is definitely to network.
Right.
So give you a lot of props. Awesome.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. And how long has your line been in effect for? How many years now?
I've been doing this since 2014. I came up with the idea in 2013. But I, you know, trying to figure out what I was going to do with it, what I was actually going to make the brand out of. And then I just started making T-shirts. And, you know, I'm in an urban area, so I figured the best way to start a clothing line was to have what they wear. They wear T-shirts and sweatshirts.
Yeah.
So I started there with the urban side, but eventually I'm going to end up, you know, showing the casual parts of it and taking it a little up, next level type, you know, see if I can get towards that high-end level.
Yeah. And now your line is strictly urban right now, or does it have some, you know, couture feels to it?
Some things, depending on what I'm doing. I'm actually, when I come to the denim, I'm trying to find different ways to display the denim that hasn't been displayed before, you know, stuff like that. But still let the urban side.
Get that urban feel.
Right. So casual with a little urban feel to it, you know, so the urban people could still, like, you know, feel cool in their nice area. That type of thing.
You got to represent where you come from, you know?
Right, always got to have that in there somehow. That's
awesome. And especially to do the, you know, get the urban feel and still want to be able to have that couture feel to it. I think that's amazing. Yeah. And especially with the line that you have right now, there's so many different types of looks and ideas that you can just flourish with.
Right, it never stops. Fashion, it just changes every single day. That's the fun part about it, you know, because the next day is something totally different that's hot and everybody's wearing it. So, and it repeats itself a lot. So, you know, you get your chances.
Definitely. Now, have you always wanted to create clothing?
Yeah, I'm the type of person where, like, growing up, I never wanted to get rid of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, like, you know, it's a hole in the t-shirt, all right, cut the t-shirt off. You know what I'm saying?
So you got
like,
creative.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to spill, or you spill some bleach on your pants. I remember a time spilling, some bleach on my pants, and, I mean, another person would have thrown them away. I just took them and put more bleach on them. You know what I'm saying? Really? So that, you know, one leg matched the other, and I just... So
you've always had that, you know, one step above the rest to go, you know, with style.
Right, but never looked at it like that, you know, until now, and then it was like, okay, I can do a little something. So, yeah, I guess you could say.
So that's awesome that you took it with you today.
Yeah.
So any new ideas in the making with your design?
Yeah, I'm gonna display some of my creativity on this fashion show that's coming up.
Nice.
I really want to show some accessories that I'm going to be dropping soon, because that's a big part of fashion, you know, those things.
So you're as well creating accessories to go along with your designs?
Yes, I will be having other accessories that will come down the line that people will be able to see. They'll be coming out, I don't know, summer of 2018.
Nice.
I'm trying to get to that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, always planning for the next, you know. So, but the accessory part, that's the part I haven't been able to actually display yet. So I'm working on that side of it right there.
And what type of accessories, if you don't mind me asking? Can we get a little sneak peek or?
Let me see. You might see some bags.
Okay.
You might see some kind of
for the ladies, or is it just
kind of
men?
Bags. Nah, we're gonna go both sides on this one.
Okay. Because now I know your clothing line. You said you just kind of cater to men.
Right.
But you do still have some women.
Right. I do style some women that, you know, depending. A lot of my stuff is, you won't be able to say that it's strictly men, strictly women. Is if you like it, you can rock it.
Hey, I like that.
You know, like that. If you could do it, do it. You know, the color doesn't play a part to it, because you might have pink on a guy's shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know. So it's just, if you got it, you got it.
Because I was saying that one might look like a men's outfit right there, but I want to wear it.
Yeah, see, like, you know, that, and along with the sweatshirts, a lot of people will stop looking at the color and you know, determining men or women, and just look at the meaning.
Of course.
And if you understand the meaning, the shirt, then you'll wear it no matter the color. So
I like
that's
that.
how I bypass the color part
I
of it.
love how you have that outlet. You know, you don't just want to be a clothing brand. You want to actually have meaning. So when people wear that, they understand where you're coming from and where you kind of created the whole design from.
Right. Every sweatshirt that I make is a phase in this journey that I went through, and I, you know, make the shirt to explain that part of it.
That's awesome, because I do see that you have the Humble and Hungry, which is great.
Yeah, that's that's my latest piece. That's it. It's to get, I mean, well, at the point that I'm at now, I'm trying to take my brand from being a local noticed brand to internationally noticed, you know, other states, other countries. And to get there, you have to be.
Of course.
You have to be humble, because, yeah, you can make something, but somebody else on the other side of the country could be doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe in yourself. You got to be humble, but you got to be hungry. You know, while you think you're sleeping and you're going to go rest, somebody else is up stitching something, learning something, you know, figuring out another way where they could get an edge on you the next day. So that's the hungry part about it. You got to stay hungry.
And that is the current line that you're creating?
Yeah, every so often, every 3 months or so, depending on change of the season, I'll put out another shirt, and it's actually gonna explain the journey that I went through during that time span. You know, so I put out, the first shirt was Tears of Joy. I went through that. Tears of Joy was meaning, short definition. It was when people started accepting it. That was the good feeling of knowing, like, wow, these guys is really wearing this. Go down the street, see somebody actually wearing my shirt.
I love that.
So you start to shed a tear, not out of being sad, but actually rejoicing. It's happiness. So I made that shirt, and then the next shirt was Paradise. And going through things, you actually get to see that at the end of it, it could be paradise, depending on how much work you put into it. And now I'm at the point where I'm trying to go to another level, and it takes a different part of you to get there, and that's the humble and hungry side. You got to be ready for it.
I love that you do that. You have different stages to each of your lines, and that does bring so much creativity, because some of your fans can probably relate to what you had went through your clothing.
Right, and that's another thing a lot of people have, especially the latest design, the humble and hungry version.
Yeah.
A lot of people know what it's like, especially being an entrepreneur and going out on a limb, and you have to be humble and hungry, because I've seen people with really nice stuff, but their attitude, the cockiness behind it, people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with somebody who thinks they know it all already. And if you just start and you can't know it all.
Exactly.
So that doesn't even go together, So
I love how you have that outlook on things, because it is, it is ladder. You have to get through sometimes hard times, like the rain before a rainbow per se.
Right, definitely. Awesome. So you gotta stay humble through it and just believe in your design. If you believe in what you got, people will start understanding it.
And I think people have already started, right? You have a great fan base already.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of shirts, and seeing it expand out to other states and getting the pictures and, getting the orders, and even people in other countries, some guys in the military have hit me, and,
really?
They understood it. And to get a picture of a guy in the middle of Jordan, and shout out to my man if he ever listens to this, he was in the military and he was in a desert storm.
No.
And he took the picture with the paradise shirt on and was like, "This is my paradise." And I'm like, I'm shocked. Like, that made my day to see that. But to understand that he got it, that was dope.
That is dope.
That was dope to me. Aww. That was all right.
That's great. Well, I hope you can still, be able to express your line like that throughout, like you said, internationally. I know you want to kind of take it a different way. Yeah. And in terms of international, do you have any places in mind for 2018 possibly, or the future?
I like the look at, it's kind of cliche, but everybody says the Paris, London area. But not for, they look for that for the high end. I'm not looking towards the high end side. I'm looking more towards the everyday person over there. They like the stuff that comes from America. It's funny, it's made in America. The idea is in America. The work is done over there, but they rock it back over here. So I'm trying to go over there, get some more people rocking it and repping the brand over that way, and then bring it back onto America and see what happens.
And especially, I love it because your style, like you said, is the urban. And definitely out in Paris and London, they always have the more kind of urban feel, but still be able to have a little bit of the couture, kind of delve into each of the fashion pieces that they do produce out there. Right. So it's great to kind of, have it come back and right back out again.
You learn a lot. I spend a lot of time in New York City, fashion world. That's where I do my homework at. So you start to see, like, I could take an urban hoodie, and it might not be as big and as bulky. I could get it cut differently, different sizes and stuff like that, and a couture style cut to it to make it go to the next level. Yeah, and expand it, really fast. So you learn those things.
Now, did you think about maybe like Japan or Tokyo? Right?
Yeah, eventually I want to get over there, but also learning, coming from the bottom, and if you don't have the right amount of people behind you, the right lawyers and the right paperwork, you could go over there and lose your brand.
Really?
Yeah, because, the black market is very serious. And
I hear that.
You can try to order T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that, and you can mess around and see your stuff already over there being sold. And that's the part tricky. It's very tricky. You got to be careful with what you do, definitely. And learning from coming from this little small area, I want to take care of mine. I want to have hands on with mine until I'm able to get to that level.
That's amazing. Yeah. You have an amazing story. And I see that you do have possibly another brand. Oh, yeah. This is my friend's brand. Awesome. This is, what's the name? GBC. They're out of New York City. And, going to pop-up shops and networking with other guys. I love to see what, the things that they come up with, their designs, why they made it, what was their meaning in that. Of course. Because I could take it a different way. You can relate. Right. I can understand what they're going through at that point. So, I love to see other people's stuff, and I support everybody that's coming up. I'd rather buy something from, these guys out here with the urban brands than go to the store. The store guy doesn't care. He's going to make $1 million no matter what. You want to be able to relate, Right. Exactly. I like to see somebody actually
spend that hard-earned money to buy my shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's well appreciated.
Oh,
and I'll do the same, you know.
And I see that you are doing the same, wearing another brand, which is awesome.
It's
showing
hot.
love.
Why not?
Love is love.
Definitely. That's going to get you somewhere. That also, you know, showing love to other people, they'll be more in tune to invite you to different events and stuff like that because they know you bringing something real and you're going to support them. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like showtime. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome.
You get to meet a lot of people, too, on the way.
That's so great.